Who would win in a fight, the hybrid dinosaur Indominus Rex or Peter Jackson's Skull Island's Vasatasaurus Rex? Firstly, let's look at verse sizes. The Indom was around 43 feet long and 20 feet tall. Similarly, the V-Rex was 20 feet tall and 50 feet long. Now let's see which dinosaur is going to have a strength advantage. First, let's look at the Indominus Rex. She's able to smack away a velociraptor so hard that the stone wall it hit literally crumbles. She was able to pin down a 7-ton T-Rex, flip over trucks, flip over massive metal crates, and flip over an ankylosaur. Meanwhile, the V-Rexes don't have as many feats shown on screen, however, their bites are able to hurt Kong to the point that he has to roar out, and they're also able to push back the massive creature. Now, while the Indominus does have more feats of strength, I think it's safe to say that the V-Rex is probably a bit stronger just considering it has so much more mass. Now let's move into speed and agility. The Indominus Rex could run at around 30 miles per hour, while the V-Rex could only run at around 25, so the Indominus is the faster dinosaur. However, as for the agility part, the V-Rex here will take the win. The Indominus was very agile in her own right. However, she can't do anything that the V-Rex can't do, and the V-Rex can do things that she can't do. Now let's take a look at their durability. The V-Rex tanked several hits from Kong and a rock being smashed on its face. This is the same Kong that can throw cars and trolleys. As for the Indominus Rex, she tanked a blast from a missile. However, she was not hit by the missile directly. She also tanked lots of scratches from Rexium Blue, and she did this with seemingly no effect. She was also able to tank being smashed through buildings and getting hit by an ankylosaur tail. However, there is one factor that makes the V-Rex take the edge here, and that is the fact that while the Indominus Rex does not really seem to notice the fact that it's bleeding, and it bleeds quite a lot actually. Its skin is very easy to tear through. And although she is bullet resistant, that isn't really going to help her here because nothing will be attacking her with any sort of guns. Now let's talk about their battle experience. The Indominus Rex has killed a lot of stuff on screen. However, it was only outside of its paddock for a day, so this is a really easy win to the V-Rex. This is especially true when you notice how these guys had to fight every single day of their lives just to try and become an adult. However, when it comes to intelligence, the Indom definitely takes the advantage here. Not only is she able to trick humans, she's able to detect weak points and figure out what she has to do in order to win certain situations. The V-Rex is around 50 feet long. However, at the time of Jurassic World, the Indominus was only 43 feet long. So because of this, the V-Rex would pretty easily win a fight against the Indominus due to size alone. However, if the Indominus Rex is a fully grown Indominus Rex, then it is very likely the Indominus Rex will win because of its size and its extreme amount of abilities such as camouflage.